Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. This is Adala, aka Shockwave, bringing you another DCS video today. Today we're going to be featuring the OV-10A, which is a free mod for DCS. And this aircraft served in the Marines, the US Navy, and the US Air Force up until the 90s almost. And it's basically a reconnaissance airplane, but also has the ability to be a light attack aircraft. But its primary role was essentially to be an AFAC, an airborne forward air controller, and designate targets for close air support to other more capable aircraft. It was used in the Vietnam War, and it's a two-seater, pilot in the front. There's another seat in the back, or there's supposed to be, or can be. In this case, it's actually removed, as you can see, where an observer or a translator would sit, and it has the ability to deploy rockets, bombs, has 4 machine guns. In the back here, it actually has a room to transport up to 5 or 6 troops, paratroopers. So it was kind of a utility aircraft, but also reconnaissance and light attack. Anyways, one of the things that it did to do, it was able to land and take off from naval ships, such as this amphibious LHA, the LHA-1 Tarawa. And over there we have a Nimitz class aircraft carrier, so we're gonna take off, try to land on the Tarawa, then take off again, and then go for a carrier landing. It is a bit finicky, it's very hard to steer on the ground as it has differential braking, and also you gotta watch out not to go over like elevators and stuff like that. It bugs out if you go over this elevator, for example, so we're gonna be careful with that. And so we'll give it a shot. It is a twin turboprop, and I'm not gonna go through the start process. I might do that in another video. But what I want to demonstrate here is the ability to take off and land without arresting wires or catapults from these ships. So let's get going here. Let's try to do some differential braking and set ourselves up. So what we want to do is avoid the go as far back as we can. Try not to get that gear overboard. I have done that a couple of times. So you see I'm holding the right brake here and trying to turn. So let's see if we can turn this thing. So there we go, it's kind of turning. Alright, so we want to make sure we can get as far back as we can and then initiate a turn. And what I'm doing is I'm tapping. I don't have I'm not very graceful at this. I don't have axes for my brakes, so I'm just tapping it here. Let's see if I can add some power. So yeah, not the most straightforward thing to do. Alright, let's try to see if we can line ourselves up. So add some more power. Alright, more or less lined up. Alright, we're lined up. Let's get some flaps down, half flaps. Let's take off and try to land on the Tarawa first, which is going to be the harder one, and then get back. and try to land on the carrier. So full throttle, and I should have set my trim as well. Trim set and release. Try to maintain this airline. It's got full fuel right now. A little back stick, and you'll see that she basically try to maintain 100 knots, and I'll do a left turn here. Losing speed, so add power. I'm gonna maintain my landing configuration here. And we are at about 500 feet, so let's ease up on the... I'm gonna maintain 600 feet. And Tarawa. Let's try to not exceed 100 knots. Keep it within flaps range. Alright, we are climbing like hell. So we need to get back down a bit. I'm gonna try to give myself a bit more room on the final. So we are at 700 feet. Let's see. Alright, I'm gonna start turning in. We're losing speed. Gonna add a lot more power here. And when we're on final, I'm gonna go with full flaps. For the ship, start turning more. Add power to make the turn. There she is. The sun is kind of in the way. Alright, let's pull back on the throttle and let's go full flaps. Just try to maintain a bit of like just under 100 knots. Alright, this thing does have reverse thrust, but it's not really needed. Once you approach at about 100 knots, it does seem fast, but it does... Oh, no, that's not the Tarawa. Shit. My bad. That is the Tarawa. Alright, losing speed, more power. Alright, we're lined up. One of the hardest things about the Tarawa is it doesn't have a lot of room. Alright, we're on final. Let's see what we can do here. Less power. Let's reduce power here. A bit more power. Bit more power. Alright. More power. Alright, here you go. Here we go. And cut power. There we go. Damn, let's see how far we are out. not too bad. Alright. I don't think this thing can take off in this distance, so unfortunately I have to do the whole maneuvering thing. Let's get flaps back up. And let's try to avoid all elevators. I don't think there's any over here. Alright, it's gonna be interesting to turn this thing around. Oh, don't. Yeah, I hope that's not an elevator. Turn. Okay. We can do this. And especially in the Nimitz class there, okay, so let's try to avoid the elevators at the back there. Try not to hit the damn wing. Try to line up. Alright. We're good. And brakes off. Let's go for the carrier. Boom, we're off. For this one, I am going to bring the flaps up and the gear back up. So we can get there a bit quicker. And I'll try to enter the pattern. Let's load the down trim. Alright, we are at 500 feet. Alright, 600 feet right there. Let's enter the crosswind here. Try not to gain too much altitude. So trim. Lost my altitude. Holy shit. That is right. I'm gonna try to turn over this boat. It should be about a mile or so beam. Alright, we're gonna reduce speed and set up for first set of flaps. Second set of flaps and gear and power. Alright, paddles. I'm gonna extend the downwind a bit because you know, I don't do this very often. But let's try there. I'm gonna give myself some time. Very high still. .600 feet. Ooh, more power. I am not doing this by the book, but I just want to done many of these landings. Alright, we're still very high. And I can't see the boat. There it is. Oh, I am on glide slope. Wow. That is pretty cool. Alright. Power. Am I on full flaps? Yep. Alright, too high, too high. Let's bring it back down. And let's align. Alright, there we go. Oh, I'm dropping like a rock. Dropping like a rock. And I'm not even frickin'. But we're down. So the way that, if you've seen the one YouTube that I found on YouTube on real OV-8s taking off, you will notice that they don't take off from the bow of the ship. They actually take off from the LA. So we're gonna go back to the LA. And considering that we just took off from the Tarawa, this should be a piece of cake. The only tricky thing is to avoid the elevators and to be able to turn the damn thing. So there's the one elevator. And the other tricky thing is going to be to avoid hitting the... so I'm not going to go all the way to the back because I think I will hit things if I do that. And this is definitely longer than the Tarawa's deck, so... Alright, let's go flaps. And we'll do full power and get the hell out of here. Actually, let's check the trim. A little more up trim. Okay. Full power. Brakes off. We need to hit about 100. Yeah. Alright, flaps forward. I'm gonna keep the gear in. And I'm gonna keep, well, half flap actually. Try that one more time. And yes, I'm not doing a full pan right here. I just want to get back in. Alright, we're definitely way too high now. So trimmer a bit. Alright. Let's get back to close to 600 feet and then do our turn. And again, I'm extending our groove. Give us a bit more time. Way too high. Pull back. Oh, flaps in. Right now we're dropping like a rock. Kind of. We're still at 600 feet. Wow, look at that. Actually on glide slope. A bit fast. And since the power is so damn unresponsive, I'm actually breaking all rules of flying, and I'm actually using pitch here a little bit more than I should be. Oh. Yeah, I think you just to have that, because there's a delay on the throttles, so you probably are better off with pitch rather than oh my god, this is really bad alignment. Alright. Alright, let's try reverse thrust, just to show you guys that it works. Yeah. How awesome is that, guys? Good old Bronco. Freaking amazing. Super awesome. Highly recommended. Lots of fun. Let's see, what's a good screenshot. Boom. Alright guys, hope you guys enjoyed. As I said, highly recommend it. Great little mod. And yeah, it's something really different to DCS. Worth trying. Alright, well, see you on the next one, guys.